I'm a DJ boy, going to Dcentral, making NFT from the values, being crypto poor but JPEG rich.
Let me introduce our next speaker to the stage, Mr. Tom Heuckendorff, representing SomniLife. Please welcome him to the stage.
How's it going? So to start, I really feel like I want to go off book for a second and just say that I feel like the social media companies really, they took it in the wrong direction when we're dealing with creating meaningful human user-to-user interactions. Somewhere along the line, just harvesting data and selling it to the highest bidder, or trying to create vitriol to get a little bit more user engagement became the name of the game. And it's not creating real user meaningful experiences. So part of what we think in the Web3 Metaverse is it's a do-over. It's a chance to get it right this time and to create some things that will really uplift people. And I'd like everyone here to really including myself, to kind of try and keep that focus in mind as we go forward building these new tools for everyone. So for starters, getting into the Metaverse world, there are aspects of the Web 2 traditional networking parts that are still really essential. You can create a lot of really cool 3D files that are large, but you need to store them in strategic ways so that you can access them and keep your FPS rates really high. So there are elements of traditional networking that still need to be involved. The cool part is where you start integrating Web3 stuff into that. So you can take permissionless data, work it into 3D scenes. You can create avatars that, while you may not be able to walk them directly into a metaverse, you can create systems that allow you to have interoperability between different sources, especially if we start coming up with open protocols and different things that can really let users create a profile that is more than just on one single company or one single platform, but it has a much greater utility. There we go. Yeah, so some of the other Web3 things that we're going to be looking to be creating and offering for users and builders include Web3 profile pages. So instead of thinking of it as you have to go to a website and you have to build a profile and then that's when your users show up or your followers, it can be there before you even get there. You know, you can follow someone's wallet address and start connecting with them before they arrive at your company, or you can take users from one platform and move them to the next. And same thing can be done with different groups. You can have a group that's created just from having a shared NFT or a shared token or some sort of any kind of Web3 metric that you'd like. You can automatically create these groups and communities online. And again, it's Web3 based, so it's there before you even arrive if that's what you're trying to offer your users and businesses. Same thing comes along with messaging and sharing and posting stuff. It can all be moved into a Web3 blockchain system. A lot of this might be in the more of the proof of stake sort of era, so post-merge, if that ever happens. And but it's all possible, and in the same way, it can go from one platform to another. It doesn't have to be a single business or a single product. It can follow you from one system onto another, especially if we have open protocols. And yeah, it really is an opportunity to create an actual peer-to-peer communication system. So you're not trying to database everyone's thought and use it for whatever nefarious monetization purposes that you have in mind. So it's a true peer-to-peer communications. And then that continues on to all your social connections. And you can create, you can have, yeah, like I was saying, followers and users that are spanning all these different platforms. And while you're doing that, you can create open APIs, open SDKs, and just have them available for people to create their own developments from those things. So it's a really lofty idea, because I know a lot of the traditional companies are really set in keeping their products, and trying to give away all these things seems like, not always the best business model. But it's going towards a larger purpose. You're creating a set of tools that we can all use and all benefit from. And in the end, it just enhances the user experience and the opportunities for businesses to build and improve on all of this. In that same line, you have all sorts of options for social monetization. I mean, it's crazy that you have millions of people interacting with a single post or watching a YouTube video, and then they're getting paid fractions on the penny for it. There's opportunities for auto-minting content and just making it available, and many social monetization options that haven't been previously available. The other thing that I know everybody here is really a big fan of is the community building, because all these DeFi projects, the most important thing is connecting with your community, giving them the confidence in your product, in what you're putting out, that there is value and longevity in it, no matter what it is that you're making. So on that end, we love creating tools for your community to help build your product and expand your experience. I mean, we're building a metaverse here. It's a universe, it's massive, it's huge. And I don't know too many of the companies in this sector that are having a whole floor of developers working on these projects. They're small, lean teams, and they're doing amazing things. But if you can create opportunities for your users to exponentially expand your product, then you can actually achieve some of these lofty goals that we're all sort of know are going to be coming down the line. So we're big on creating tools for users and creating tools for businesses to help expand the metaverse that we're creating. Also, all the really cool options for live to earn, play to earn, build to earn, any of these things, whether you want to come in and design 3D houses or just live in a space and be a part of the community. Here's a couple quick examples from SomniLife here. This is our NFT Avatar system. It's just, you can connect your wallet and you just start accessing the NFTs you have or social pictures, and it immediately just becomes a part of your avatar's t-shirt. Pops right up, and that's using some really cool, more traditional gaming tech where you're swapping out some texture files and materials and such in combination with some permissionless data access. In the same way, we have a little 3D space thing. It's a really cool example of just putting in a wallet address, and immediately all of the NFTs are just populated into the room. So you can experience someone's digital assets in a 3D scene just instantly. Likewise, we have really cool options for land activities. You can reside on land and you can see the deep analytics of the people who are involved in your space, which is another great feature that, to bring into these social interactions in the Web3 world, and Web3 social profiles. Then we have the full interoperability. This is a little bit tricky when it comes to the actual nuts and bolts of the network. You've got the actual 3D assets and avatars need to be running in a single stated network so that you can convey these different avatars to a multiplayer system. It's very easy to give someone single player access to an avatar, but to create full interoperability, you need to be creating solutions that give you those different networking options so that you can actually create functional 3D characters that you can move in and out of different metaverses. This also relates to the open protocol ideas, where you're creating systems that actually will work between different metaverses and different chains and all that. So yeah, that's basically how we've been viewing the Web3 metaverse world. Very into the permissionless access, the open protocols, and all the experiences that can be created from this. There's huge opportunities for us to create some really meaningful user experiences, and yeah, really looking forward to continuing on in this sector and seeing all the interesting things that are coming up. It's been a huge honor to be here and hearing all the amazing people speak over the last few days, so really appreciate all the great thoughts that are being shared. And yeah, my name's Tom. You can come hang out at the table upstairs. I'll be hanging out outside if you want to chat about anything. And yeah, that's it. Thanks very much.